Good morning. I am back again. Hello there, Dragonfly. Dragonfly 17. So, would you be prepared for another lockdown? Should another lockdown occur? You may say, Gina, honey, we are done through with those lockdowns. Ain't no other lockdown going to occur. Are you sure? Are you sure? Anything could cause it. And just like that, boom. Could you imagine like being somewhere, you're going on, your life is at normal, and all of a sudden you see, I don't know, vehicles showing up, you see people rioting in the streets, you see that your whole parts of your city or your neighborhood, or even you're out in the city and you're in a big mall or something, a shopping center or something like that, the whole entire area is shut down. Nobody gets in and nobody gets out. Or you're in your apartment complex. Nobody gets in, nobody gets out. There's curfews that are instilled, something like a martial law. Are you prepared enough if, in fact, there may be another lockdown? Not just within the United States, but within the whole world. Now, you could have one, and people have from time to time. Some countries have been on lockdown while other countries have not been on lockdown. Are you prepared enough that you could handle it, you can make it? And see, this, it doesn't matter. This is what happened when there was war that broke out in Berlin. We could only go outside at certain periods of time and we'd have to show our ID, and like in Germany, if we wanted to enter the commissary, even though it was less than, I don't know, not even a fourth of a mile from our house, before we could even walk in on a military thing, we had to show our ID in order to walk in there. In order to walk into our apartment complex area, even the housing area around it, we had to show our ID. Even to walk into our building, we had to show our ID. And what happens when there's curfews? When there's curfews and you're only allowed out at certain periods of time, are you prepared enough if there were a lockdown? Do you have enough supplies on hand? Are you in a location to where you, okay, yeah, I can do it? Because what if something happens and you see something, society starts crashing, things start falling apart really fast, and you got this idea, okay, I'm going to get out of here, I'm going to go, and then everybody else got the same idea. They want to get out, but you can't get out because there could even be mobs blocking the streets, like apocalyptic movies and stuff like that. Are you prepared enough for a lockdown? Because it literally would take a mental toll on you and your neighbors and your family members if there were a lockdown of epic proportions. Who knows? What if we've had lots of dry runs? You know what a dry run is? You like play it out. See how the people will react when something major does happen. How will they react? Will they band together? Will they turn on each other? Will they? Will they all wake up and think, okay, we've been duped. We have been really duped. Because chances are we're going to reach a point in our lifetimes on Earth when something like that does occur, and when we thought that we were being looked after and that everybody's lives mattered, you may find out that nobody's matter. Nobody's except the ones in power, the global elite, the armies of the darkness, you all. The armies of darkness, because they will show up. They will show up in force, and they will enforce the law, their law, not your law. That's when, what's that thing that's supposed to protect prisoners? When you're a prisoner of war, they're supposed to abide by, is it the Geneva things? I don't know what it was, Geneva Conference. I don't know what it was. You're supposed to be given such rights if you're a prisoner of war. What happens when all the people, they're now in the place where soldiers were who are held prisoners of war because it's wartime. What happens then, you all? What happens when something like that happens? Really think about it. What